What's up, people? This is Guru. Welcome to Geek Assault. Today we will be reviewing Ironheart Issue 1. Let's go.
Perfect.
Alright, guys. I gotta admit, I'm not a fan of this character. This first iteration, or whatever you want to call it, was horrible. I couldn't stand it. I get tired of a whole bunch of feminism and social justice warrior and comic stuff, and it was just a whole bunch of glorifying her and patting her on the back. And to me, she was a shit character, man. I can't tell no other way. She was just a shit character. I hated the character, but people was raving about this new comic about her. She got kind of a new start, so she's no more under the Iron Man imprint. She's now Ironheart. She's her own character, so let's see how she's going to step out into this world under the writing of, I think it's Eve. Can't think of her name, but so let's go. Starts off, man. Getting a little bit of the character. She's pretty much the same character, but I will say, from what I've read, she has a little bit of an attitude adjustment, which I do like. So she's flying around and she's pretty much just thinking to herself, man. We found out that she's still a student at MIT. She has her own laboratory because, of course, we know she's a genius. And she's doing these experiments and developing things and making these inventions. But the dean, or whatever, the president of the university, he has people in her lab. So I guess he got benefactors and stuff to actually support her inventions and support her laboratory. But she's upset, like, she doesn't want people just going through her lab messing with things, And we find out some of the inventions are unsafe, and so she's forced by the dean to do a whole bunch of mundane interviews with people, and everybody's pretty much patting her on the back and tell how great she is, how smart she is. But it was done tastefully, not like the old way where they were just, okay, somebody give me love, tell me how great I am. It wasn't done like that. It was actually reasonable, and actually you can see this actually happening in real life. So I accepted it. It wasn't bad writing. So 1 point for her. So we go back and we see that that one of the inventions actually was dangerous and somebody could have got hurt. The dean gets mad at her. They go back and forth, pretty much like, this is pretty much your fault. You had these people in my lab mess with things, nobody would have got hurt. This is on you, pretty much. So you can tell there's going to be something going to happen between these two, because him not respecting the boundaries of her laboratory. He can walk in anytime he wants to and do what he wants. I don't think it's going to sit well. So you can see something bad, foreshadowing something bad happening. And anyway, with that being said, we find out that there's a criminal going around who has a sound type device. He's terrorizing some people. He actually calls himself a terrorist, and he's looking for stuff. I can't remember what he was looking for, but he actually took hostages, and that's going to come back to play later on, because RiRi, after she finds out that after people clears her room and stuff, her laboratory, two of her friends come up try to invite her to lunch. Of course, she's so busy, and she's like, nah, I'll sit this one out maybe later, because she's back down doing her work. She's real diligent, because one of the devices that she had really actually could have hurt somebody, so she's hard at work finding out what went wrong. And so, you see that she has friends there, and they walk off like, well, we tried to get her out of the laboratory. Once again, more insight on how her character is, which is good. Go ahead. 2 points. But, so we find out that this terrorist is holding the people hostages, and actual hostages actually the people that were in her laboratory. And she goes there to save the day, because, she hears over the news that, this hostage situation. She goes there to terrorist with the sound device. He's a genius as well. And a fight on, but she has there is actually a sound force field barricading the actual people from getting in, so the law enforcement can't get in, and all the security was in there. He's already rendered helpless because of his sound device. And so she figures out, uses a computer scanners to figure out a frequency that can get past the barrier, which allows her to get in. Once again, which was smart, and we show her dealing with her technology on the fly in order to get into this force field. So she does a gun hole, girl power, I'm gonna smash through the force field like they probably would do in the old writing. She actually had to use her mind to actually get inside of this place, so that was another plus. And then when she goes to confronts this guy, instead of just attacking off the bat, which she should have, because she snuck up on the guy. The guy didn't see her first, so she should have took him out at first. But she did speak to him and let her know that she was there, which I felt kind of stupid. But hey, you gotta have some kind of plot going on. So hey, it is what it is. So she gets a drop on him. Bam, a fight ensues. She gets some of the hostages out, and he's following her. And he knows that the whole time, which was crazy. It was like he was such a genius. The whole time he was running up behind her. He was always one step behind her. So of course it could be said that she's way smarter than him. And for someone to be smart, he kept using the same attack over and over again. When we showed that RiRi Williams was adjusting on the fly and was thinking about things, and even though his armor, he had some sort of armored suit on, it was nowhere near as advanced as RiRi was, because she was 2 and 3 steps ahead of this guy the whole fight. Like he never stood a chance against her, really. So he really was a poor character, but I guess it was necessary because it did show the strengths of RiRi Williams, which wasn't bad. You know, you kind of got to get somebody like a softball at first to see what their talent level is, because you kind of like bringing this character in. It's like she's starting over fresh and new, and which I said from so far in the comic book, I am enjoying this look of her. Now, what that was said, it goes back, and this is where the development really kicks in. We got RiRi Williams. She finds out that she gets a mysterious call. Before that, the genius guy, he's apprehended. RiRi Williams gets some IRONHEART. I call her IRONHEART. Got some. He gives her some kind of token, a coin, and she's saying like, you're just like me. I'm a genius, and don't let them use you like I was used. So it's kind of like, why is this guy bad? Like, what's really going on with him? There's more of a story to it. So it's intriguing. So I wish we did get to know a little bit more about this villain. Like, why was it really his motives? Because he was saying like, pretty much don't become me and don't let them use him like they use me. And he gets his car. So she goes back home to say like, am I like him? So it's like some character soul searching there, man. So I'm like, okay. I'm digging the vibe. And she gets a call from this dude named Xavier. So, brother cool. They actually made the kid look cool, man. Little dread, little up-to-date hairdo and haircut and everything. And, he's taking it to her. She starts off kind of mean and bratty with it and stuff like that, playing hard to get. And, he's trying to smooth talk her and trying to con her situation and everything. And it actually was the dialogue between them two were actually kind of good, but she was kind of acting kind of bitchy at first. But it was, she smoothed it over. It wasn't like, just but she was testing him at first, but it gets over real smooth. She didn't go overboard with it and finds out how he got his number and why he's calling her. And they found it interesting. And what they did was real nice and subtle. A lot of people didn't see it. There was an alarm clock on the side, and you can see the time through the panels, and you see how long they were talking. So they were talking to each other for hours. Now, you had this one young lady, that didn't have the time to eat lunch, but now she's talking one-on-one with this guy for hours, and she's enjoying the conversation. They find out they listen to the same music. They find out they had the same interests and everything in a certain TV show that she liked to cosplay as, and she's really vibing with this dude, which was shocking because nowadays in Marvel, you know how it is. Usually the females now, they're making them all either bisexual or gay all out there, but she's actually straight from what we could tell because she was digging the dude. They were vibing together, so she actually started being sweet and opening up to this guy. And, she finally asked her kind of a touchy question about why she does what she does. And it kind of kills the mood a whole lot. And they do end the phone call on a kind of a down note. But it still was a great conversation and great development for RiRi Williams. I really dug it. Now, with that being said, we find out that she's talking to her AI system. And boom, the girl pops up. It is actually, she finds out that her AI system is actually the image of her deceased best friend. And she's shocked by this. So, and it ends like that. I gotta say, scale 1 to 10, I give this issue a 7.5. The action was kind of whack, but I will say it actually was a good story. It kept you intrigued. It was cool to follow along with it. She's a way better character than she was portrayed in the Iron Man comic books and in the it's not Guardians, whatever that, Champions, whatever that was. She's way better than that. So Hey, Eve, hey, you writing good, girl. Keep going. Keep this going. Keep this going. And you got a fan here, man. I'm gonna keep reading. But so I'm digging this character. I do not hate this RiRi Williams. I actually like this RiRi Williams. Now, please keep it there. Keep it there. This is a good character so far, judging by this first issue. You got intrigue. You got it. Hey, let me stop. I'm gonna stop rambling. Buy this comic book. Support your local comic book store. It was a good read. Worth the money. You know, comic books kind of high right now, but hey, you know, this was a pretty good read, man. Pretty good first issue. Hey, that's all I can say, man. This is the Guru. This is the Geek and Sulk channel, your one-stop shop for all your geek culture needs. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.